I see. All right. Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray and Wendy Tadeucci. How you doing today?
Hey. So good.
Yeah.
So good. This is one of those days where I just am like, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of work, but then I'm going to put some laundry in. And, ooh, wouldn't this doodad look great over here instead of, like I'm doing that and then I'll dip back into doing a little bit of work. And it's just, it feels good. And then this afternoon, I'm going to head out to to Lakeside Lavender to pick up a little something for Ingrid, because she's the first one to say yes. And so I'm going to go over and get her a little gift, a little welcome gift, and get that sent off. So I always love going to the lavender farm.
It's a shame we're not seeing you before, because I could hand deliver it, but I'm not going to get to see you before the summit. Seeing you after the summit.
Wait, hand deliver what?
Ingrid's gift. She's coming to the summit.
Oh,
yeah. Very exciting.
So that's me. What about you?
I am in final stages of getting ready to leave on the grand road trip, and when I think about it, it doesn't seem like I'm going to get everything done in time, but as Jen says, there's always time makes room, and it does. It has done it all week long, you know?
Yeah.
So
you can,
it's working out. It's just like last night I forgot that I didn't forget. I knew I had it, but my brain was not thinking about it. It was like, we're going to do this, and this. And then it was like, nope, at that time you have to teach a class. And so, so I taught a class on a very hot day with no AC, and my facial mask that it was a spa night, so we were doing spa stuff, and my facial mask was like blobbing on my face, and it was hilarious. But it was a small group. We had a great time. We chit-chatted and did some meditations and colored and just connected, and it was grand. And we talked books, so that was nice. So yeah, it was fine. No judgment because the other people on the call were having the same sort of issues, so it was all good.
we all get it. Oh my gosh. And you give them a little bit of comedy with the thing sliding.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. So I'm getting ready for the road trip. My speech is slowly getting integrated into my head, and my nails are done. They look pretty. So
yes, and I can't wait to hear your speech, and I get to see you in a couple weeks when you swing by my neck of the woods.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, it's going to be great, and I can't believe it's already here because yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like I went on to the first retreat back in September. We were driving. We were driving to pick up stuff, and it was funny because I had already started thinking about it, but I hadn't verbalized the fact that we should do some sort of conference summit thing.
Oh my gosh!
I hadn't said it yet because we were only a few months into, or we had just started CEO, you know?
Right.
And Jen's like, I think I want to host a women's summit, but in March of 2027. And in my head, I went, why we wait until March of 2027? But I roll with Jen. I let her work through the things, and then we get there. And so she was like, well, we're going to do it March of 2027 because that's Women History Month, and I need time to ramp into it, you know? And I was like, all right, okay. I think that sounds great. And then it took her a little while, and then eventually she came to me and goes, screw it, we're not doing it in March 2027, we're doing it in June of 2026. And I was like, all right.
I'm all about it. I'm there.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah. So it's happening. It's amazing.
It's
I can't believe it's here. And yeah, so that must have been in the probably November that we made that decision, and then it's just been building, and we announced it in December, and now it's here, and it's like, holy cannoli. But it's really exciting, and we are sold out. 70 plus people 70. Because we actually have a few extras because Jen overshot, hoping, assuming that some won't make it. And now we're doing the dance of the people that are like, I need to cancel my ticket. I want to transfer my ticket. All that fun stuff. And yeah, and so she's so funny. She's like, we might actually be a couple over 70. We'll see who shows up.
Exactly. No, if it works out, it's meant to work out, and it'll work itself out.
It will, and it's going to be great. But yeah, we sold out, and it's just amazing. Awesome. Yeah.
So exciting. I feel like I'm going to be, because I keep saying, oh, it's a year away for my retreat. Yeah. It's a year away.
It goes so fast.
It's here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's here. The women are here. I can't wait. Anyway.
Yeah, it goes really fast. It's amazing how quickly when you have something big like that planned that you're working towards, it's like
looking forward to. Yeah, it goes fast.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Yes.
Exciting time for both of us. Exciting.
It is. Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right. Should we do our oracle cards?
Yes, we shall. Go. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So my card was Shelnagig. It's fertility and creativity.
I think. Okay. Go ahead.
What do you think? Yes, you see what you see.
I saw what I saw. Continue.
Yes. In Britain and Ireland, scattered among medieval churches and castles, holy wells, bridges, and town walls, you'll find a surprisingly large number of stone carvings of women exposing their genitals, either pointing at their vulvas or holding them open with their hands. These figures are called Shelnagrins. The upper half of their bodies are old and death-like, with withered breasts, skeletal ribs, skull-like hands, and hollow eyes. But sorry, skull-like heads, not hands. Skull-like heads and hollow eyes. But the lower half reminds us of a woman's sexuality and her fertility, the act of giving birth. These figures are believed to represent folk goddesses associated with fertility and childbirth, but also with the lands of the dead. In the oldest European traditions, the two attributes almost always go together. There are two sides of the ubiquitous Great Mother archetype, death and birth. Every life bears within it the seed of its own death, but no end is ever less than a new beginning. As an ally along our journey, the Shelnagin is a midwife who reminds us of the energy and power of our creativity as women and of the nature of our fertility, which changes over the course of our lives. Fertility isn't just about giving birth to children. It's about birthing all kinds of life into the world. And Wendy was losing it over there.
Oh my God. What?
I thought it was awesome.
And then Regina's face.
I was trying to focus on my reading because I was,
Regina, your face. Oh my God. Okay. So the first half, I was like, what am I hearing? After what I saw. And then, but then the second half, I was like, okay, yeah, right. We're not all child bearers, but we are birthing.
Mm-hmm.
things like
Things.
businesses, ideas, creativity. So that I jammed with. I just couldn't. Anyway.
Okay. But yes, it makes sense, especially after all we were just talking about. But yeah, I think it's awesome. It's hilarious. I like the little star of life.
Shine a light. God, don't dim your light.
We're in trouble. I was going to sing This Little Light of Mine.
I would get up and walk away.
Regina's like, is the lightning going to strike?
It's like, what did I sign up for? What even is this?
Right? Exactly.
I think the air conditioner guy is here. Bye. Okay.
Shake it off, girl. Shake it off.
So, I pulled. I don't know where this is gonna go. What? I just took a little peek at what the description said.
More fertility?
Yeah.
Yep.
If we can make it through this, we can do it. I pulled the stag.
Ah.
The stag. Trust and thrive. It says, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The stag card brings graceful, powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag, with his crown of antlers, is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. Oh, hang on. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality. Maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. I don't even know what to say about that.
I think we're gonna go with the whole business related creation of and
yes,
trusting the journey and all
yes.
of that goodness.
Okay, well, the extended message says you were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position.
Oh Lord. Thank God we're not talking to Tatiana today because, you know.
Okay, I'm putting that card deck away. And now, dare I say, we still have to pull Regina's card.
Yes.
I'm kind of afraid.
I think we're okay. It looks okay. All right. This is Inram.
Okay.
It's in Irish, literally means rowing about. In the old tales, which were referred to as Imram, there's too many moving letters here. Imrama. There we are. The protagonist, always a man and usually a clerk or penitent, would set off across the sea in a simple rowboat that is round and made of animal hide, with no particular direction in mind. The purpose of this expedition was simply to see where God would lead them. And if we undertake an interim, we give ourselves over to fate. There's no preordained destination, and so an interim is, above all things, about trusting whatever life might have in store for us. There's no map for this particular journey. There's no fixed path, and at certain times in our lives, that might be a good and necessary thing, because following the path that others have set for us and the paths that the overculture confines us to can be the cause of many problems. Those earlier paths might not reflect who we really feel we are, but although we often know that something in our life needs to change, we don't always know what that change should look like. This journey, then, in which we simply leave, we step out the door, we put one foot in front of the other, grit our teeth, and walk. We trust in faith and the gods, and to point us in the right direction. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes. And I was kind of giggling in the middle of that, thinking, yeah, she's got to trust that she's not on an absolute chaotic journey on this podcast.
I mean, there is chaos. But it's done with love.
It is. And hey,
and
man,
fun. And play is powerful.
It is.
Play is
powerful. How did that feel for you, Regina? That card?
Quite a bit of it resonated.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Basically, I guess setting forth with no direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of how I have been feeling sometimes. But just trusting the process and believing that it's going to have a better outcome, just with that faith. So just listening to it, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. It's like confirmation, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
All
right. I also love that I get to introduce you. And so Stephanie and I are so excited to introduce Smiling Souls, our next guest, Regina Polk. Regina is a holistic health coach with a passion for helping you feel your best, naturally. Regina struggled with autoimmune arthritis and gut health issues until she gained a very important insight: that her problem came down to an imbalance in one or more of the body's 7 primary systems: digestive, immune, cardio, endocrine, neuro, urinary, and reproductive. And after some research and much effort, she was finally able to naturally restore balance in the body, regain her health, and live a fully functioning life again. She was amazed at how there were so many natural solutions that helped her to improve, and it sparked a passion to help others do the same. Today, she helps provide clients with the tools and guidance to restore the balance in the primary systems of your body naturally, to help revitalize your overall health so you can have the energy and vitality to flourish in everyday life. Regina, welcome to Smiling Souls.
Thank you.
You're
It was
so
a
welcome.
great intro. Those cards were interesting.
Yep, I'm going to get the giggles again. So, let's see. So about you, we've talked a couple times, and I know your journey, and it's fascinating where you began and where you are now and what you've created. But if you could share with the listeners and the viewers, where were you? What happened? And tell us about your journey and how you ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
Be happy to. My journey started was as far as what brought me to starting the journey was having a lot of pain. I was having a lot of pain, and this was going on basically in 2017. I was having pain in different parts of the body. Couldn't figure out what was going on, so I went to doctor and found out, one, I had osteoarthritis in my knees, and was on treatment for that, but I was still having pain sleeping, going to sleep, pain, even taking out the trash in the morning, but I still did it. Pain when I was driving a car, believe it or not. When you have I had a vehicle, I had to turn the ignition. I couldn't turn the ignition because there was so much pain. So I had to alternate hands. Whichever hand was hurting that morning, I had the other one, I had to turn the ignition on to go to work, just to start the engine. So it got to a point where my primary care referred me to a rheumatologist, and that was back in late 2017. So I was diagnosed also with the knee arthritis in 2017. So in 2018, after I went to see the doctor initially and got the blood work done, found out that I had the autoimmune condition rheumatoid arthritis, and which was mostly affecting my hands. So and I was in the healthcare field at that time, and I would do the best I can to work, do the work I could. But that was in January. I was diagnosed. And by late October, early November of that same year, I had to let it go. So I had to retire, and was trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Because the doctor had put me on initially the first tier, the tablets of to try to keep the immune system down. And then he wanted to put me on, besides taking the tablets, wanted to put me on the biologic like Humira. And I started to do research on it. I'm like, okay, it's medication on top of medication. And with some of those, I found he wanted actually specifically on Enbrel. But I found out that the benefit of Enbrel was, suppress your immune system, but it also caused another type of cancer. And I was like, I'm not trying to do that. So that's what really started my journey in researching. And in early 2019, I found a functional medicine program. It was a few hours drive from where I was, but I was able to on the days to go drive with this doctor, and it was a medical doctor who was specializing in functional medicine at the time. It was a 9-month program. Within that time period, I was able to, with dietary changes, lifestyle changes, supplement, also additions, and just simple coaching, was able to wean myself off of the oral medicine that I was taking at the time, because I never was placed on the biologic, and started just improving and maintaining my condition naturally. So was able to do that, and then that's where I've been ever since 2019. Been able to, it's been improvement and maintenance, and it's been a really good journey. I mean, not at 100%, but when I first walked into my rheumatologist's office after the initial blood tests were done, he told me, he said, your inflammation markers were so high, I expected you to I expected you to come in here in a wheelchair and your hands deformed. But I walked in on a walker in my hands.
Regina.
So that was when after I started going through this, started learning more about it. And I was like, I know there are people who have been in pain. You have trouble sleeping. I had to get up 45 minutes ahead of my regular alarm time to even get up because of having so much pain of putting clothes on. And so I was like, I know there are people who have been in this situation.
Right.
And I want to let them know that there are options available if it is allowable. That they can improve and possibly decrease the medication, maybe get off of it eventually. So I want to let them know, hey, it worked for me. Let's work together to see if it can work for you. And so I started looking for online certifications, and I found some, and I took them, and eventually made it through those certifications, and opened the business, The Well Stop, in late 2022. Late 2022. Yeah. And have been kind of investing in opening a business, because I had a business open in the late 1990s. Technology back then was a whole lot different than what it is now.
Exactly.
So from basically 2023 on to by 2024, I was basically investing in business coaches and mentors and learning how to do things with the latest technology now. Nice. And so that's what I've been doing in late 2024 is when I felt like, okay, I've really caught up, so I can really get out there and do what I can do, like business wise. And I felt like the analogy, what I used from the Bugs Bunny cartoons, the coyote and the roadrunner.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm the coyote and technology is the roadrunner. So it's like once the coyote finally catches up with the roadrunner, technology takes off. So I'm like, okay, here we go, running. So, but that's one aspect of it. But needs to say that is kind of how I came to where I am now.
Wow.
And just wanted to share good news that there are options out there that are available. That if you were going through pain, yes, I have setbacks. Who doesn't?
Everybody does.
Right.
Yeah, but for the most part, I'm not on any medication. I haven't been on prescription medication for that arthritis since 2019, 2020-ish.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And you're sticking to it. Wow. Well, so first of all, you've got the medical background because you were in that industry. That was like, you've got the education, you got the experience. And I feel like, you know so much more than other people do just with that. And you also knew, I don't want to be on prescription medications for this. There's got to be another way. You found it. It's the natural way. And you got your certifications in this. The tech is, you're managing that. And now I do feel like you are at this place where, okay, firing on all cylinders. Here we go. Let me help some more people. And how valuable the work that you do to be able to help other people feel better, not be in pain naturally. That's amazing. There's no one that shouldn't be talking to you.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I know.
I like having conversations with people, and if they do know, that's all the better. We can sit down and talk to us because I work with people where they are. If not, we can sit down and go over the basics.
So that leads to the question, what are the basics?
The basic, my business is, what I found out, my focus is mostly gut health. And because working with the functional medicine doctor, doing the blood test, that was the main part that was causing my issues, was an unbalanced gut, was leaky gut.
Yep.
Okay, can I pause? Tell us what that means. What is a leaky gut?
Leaky gut is when your gut lining has junctions or kind of like brick and mortar wall. Think of a brick and mortar wall. And that's your gut lining is supposed to be that strong. I mean, those really tight connections there.
Yeah.
But because of whatever habits or whatever issues have gone on inside the body, and the over period of time, whether it is, a bad diet, bad choices in lifestyle, stress, whatever that has, it has a cascading effect down to the gut. And eventually that's a possibility that the gut, that tight seal can start to open, which can lead to where the food that you're eating is not properly being broken down.
Okay.
And it's not being properly absorbed.
I see.
So that gut wall is not protecting like it should, like that brick and mortar. It has those cracks in it.
Yeah.
So any food that is not digested properly can go in those cracks. And that's when it can circulate inside your body, inside either the bloodstream and cause your immune system to go crazy.
Oh, wow.
And that's where your immune system can start to, whatever immune system, if you have an immune system condition, autoimmune condition, that's when it can start to be aggravated, or irritated. With me, it's arthritis where it attacks the joints. Same situation, psoriatic arthritis. It's just aggravated by, the immune system. You have Hashimoto's. You have all these different types of immune systems, lupus, you know, but it's mostly with that immune system that is activated. It's like it just goes nuts. And so that is what the pill form I was taking was methotrexate. It's a pill form that's designed to quiet the immune system, put it in timeout, so that way you can feel better. Same premise as Humira, the biologic, the shot.
Okay.
It quiets the immune system down, so that way it's not attacking, doing any more damage to the body.
But you're not fixing the leaky gut by just taking the medication, right?
No,
Okay.
no. So I went off on a tangent. Sorry, but with the
No, I interrupted.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, but with that, back to the junction.
Yeah.
Going back to looking at your diet, looking at what's causing the inflammation, taking that out, giving that food a time out, because you're depending on every person's it's not cookie cutter.
Right.
What might be, you might stop eating dairy, for a period of time, but once you introduce it back, it might not affect you like it did before.
Oh.
It might be something else that you're eating.
Yeah.
So, but with me, I had to cut out gluten, dairy, and some grains.
Yeah.
And so I don't consume those anymore. I find alternatives. But you find what works for you, and once you do, you remove those causes of inflammation and bring in foods that will decrease inflammation and work on getting that gut. And supplementation could be added. With me, it was. And so with that, with those combinations, eventually, and through testing to, verify it,
Sure.
my gut did start to heal and start to feel better. And it really, really helped.
Yeah.
So interesting.
And that's what, and that's with that, all those combinations together, those, the gaps, it just starts to heal back up to get that seal. And so no more, that's when the gut is not leaky anymore. It's when it's strong and like it's supposed to be.
And and there's like certain foods that help heal it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you're not taking care of it, it doesn't really matter if you're taking like a ridiculously good probiotic. That starts going elsewhere in your body too, like not where it's supposed to be and all the things. And it's so important too to fix the gut, because our gut supports our brain, like you said, our immune, like so many things. Yeah.
It's a key system to a lot of things.
Like
you said, the brain, the immune, hormones. I mean, it works with a lot of other systems. So
right, yeah. So it's super important. Yeah,
girl, I have heard gut health for I don't know how many years, and I just I thought probiotic. It wasn't until this moment it finally clicked. Now I got it. So like Regina, I'm so glad you're here, because more people need to hear what you just said. So like, okay, I'm processing. So the people that are on these prescription medications to make the pain stop and make them feel better, they're on them for years, lifetimes, whatever, but it's not fixing the problem. And so they're just taking them and increasing their risk for cancer, whatever the side effects are, when instead, they could talk to you and get this figured out and no medication. It's blowing my mind.
Yeah, and what I do basically is I tell them, I said, look, I'm not trying to replace a doctor or anything like that. I am here as a support. Definitely want to make sure that you talk to your doctor about, what you're doing, because I mean, I didn't hide the fact. I didn't hide the fact from my arthritis doctor what I was doing. I just told him, I said, look, this is what I'm trying.
Right.
I understand what you're talking about, the medication, but this is what I'm trying, and these are the results that it's given me. And especially when I'm open and honest like that, some of them are like, you know what? You keep doing what you're doing, because your blood work is doing good.
Yeah.
And so I've been fortunate with that, because not all medical practitioners I've worked with have had that type of response. But for the majority of them, that's what it is. And so that's what I tell them. I said, hey, this is what has worked with me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's, I do the same. So I work with my family doctor. She knows about my functional medicine doctor. My functional medicine doctor knows about her. And like, it's all good. So someone could totally work with their family doctor and you at the same time. And it's, at least for me, it's been a beautiful compliment. And I almost feel like that needs to happen because the regular doctors don't know everything. They have one set of markers they're looking for, but the functional medicine doctor and you are looking at different things. And so coming together, like it's everything is good.
Yeah.
What is your favorite experience with like the journey of helping somebody through their challenge?
I know with one client I'm working with right now, she was telling me that, and initially we did, and within my business, I do offer limited testing, and with a very basic, simple test. It wasn't a blood test, and these are foundational tests, they're not diagnostic tests. She found out that she had a sensitivity to dairy, and so I was letting her, discussing an action plan with her,
Right.
and to say, hey, let's do elimination of dairy, give dairy a timeout for about 90 days, see what's going on, and then afterwards let's incorporate it back. So she, so after about the 90-day period, I said, well, you know what? I said, if you'd like, you are welcome to start consuming the dairy products that you missed out on. And I know she found substitutes for it, and see how your body reacts. And she's like, well, I think I like doing this. I said, you're not supposed to be on the elimination phase forever. But she said, well, I've lost 20 pounds. I'm going on 30. So she said, I'm looking better. And I said, you know what? Your skin has got a glow to it. And so when she said that, she just smiled. And I said, every time I see you, it seems like your skin just has a natural glow to it. And it's really, but, and I said, it can do that because your skin, that's one organ that people forget. It's like one big mouth because anything you put on it is absorbed.
Shows up.
It absorbs. Yeah, it's absorbed. Yeah. But I was telling her, I said, if you like, I said, if you want to, we can talk about it, but if you're feeling better, not consuming dairy, I said, stay with it and find substitutes for it. But I said, but you can start back eating the foods that you like, that, to see where it does. But but I've lost so much weight. I feel so much better.
Right.
So, what? I said, well, we'll talk about it.
Yep.
That's amazing. And that testing is not done at your doctor's office.
Right.
Right. And just that bit of information, dairy, you're sensitive. Get off of it for 90 days and look at what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was, given, I'm sure, basically with the elimination diet, some of the inflammation decreased. And of course, when you have decreased inflammation, you look different, you can release the weight and everything. So, that's my goal. I'm not trying to be solely on, being a weight loss specialist. That's not me. My goal is to basically educate you and give you the information to empower you to make the decisions that you need to do for your own health journey. So that way you can live a better quality of life and just thrive.
Love that.
That's my goal.
Yeah, sure. Helping people thrive.
Who or what has been your biggest inspiration along this journey?
There is one lady not long after I was diagnosed, and I connected with her. She was also in the healthcare field before. but she had a similar journey with me, but she had an autoimmune condition that was different than me,
Mhm.
and it put her worse than off than me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was basically kind of bedridden
Oh, wow.
until she started changing her habits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in talking to her, and she was my mentor, we're still in touch today. But with her, she encouraged me, and she said, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know when the time when I finished that program, and I started seeing my inflammation markers blood markers go down.
Yeah.
She and we were talking, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" She said, "Look at you now! Look what you did!" And she said, "You fought against giving up dairy, especially cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I love cheese, and I was trying to find alternative."
Right.
And she said, "Look at you now." She said, "You fought." She said, "You don't want to give up cheese. You don't want to give up portions of gluten and all that." But she said, "Look at you now.
Mhm.
You're feeling better. You're moving better." She said, "You're
Mhm.
definitely not crying anymore, I bet, in the morning when you're trying to get ready for work." I said, "No."
Mm-hmm.
But she's been a really good inspiration. She said, "Look at you." She said, "Look at what you've done." She said, "Keep it up." She said, "It took you a while, and it took me talking about you too, to your face. But you did it, the tenacity, you stuck with it."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, she's like, "Okay, do you want to still be in pain?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to, go on this journey to see if you can feel better?"
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Now look at you. Your face is decreasing in inflammation. Your body is doing what you needed to do. You're not walking on a cane or a walker anymore.
Mhm.
You may be limping, but okay. But I'm not where I was,
Right.
and that's the main thing. And that's the main thing when I go in now to see my doctors. I keep telling them I'm still doing the same thing, and I fluctuate in my inflammation markers. Depending, I may have had stress, or something may have happened. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they tell me, okay, what happened? So I tell them, they're like, okay. Then the next time you're back down. But for the most part, my those inflammatory tests, they stay within normal range,
Mm-hmm.
and they just keep saying, okay, the medication is there. When you want to revisit it, give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, no. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, no. That's amazing what you've
Mhm.
accomplished and what you help others to accomplish, and feeling better and just living a better life. That's
Mm-hmm.
priceless. Seriously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And focus on gut health. That's been the main issue, and trying to get that gut to where it needs to work properly, where you have proper absorption, proper elimination of where you need to do. And you kind of focus on what passes out of you, and it's like, okay, then let's focus on that, and that is important. It's something that I advise patients. I said, it's not most attractive,
Mhm.
but notice how often you relieve yourself. You have a bowel movement,
Mhm.
or notice the color of it. That's important,
It is.
because the color of it can tell you different things. Whether because if it's a certain color, you might need to go to the ER and talk to a gastroenterologist.
Oh, yeah.
Forget what I do. You need to get care right then and there.
Yeah.
So, but that is a definite signal, can tell you, and that the Bristol stool chart. That's the key that you can go to, and that can tell you.
I was going to ask you to tell us about poop colors, but we'll go to the chart.
Tell us about the colors.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
that's why I
you've
said
ever
the
asked
Bristol.
anybody that one.
The Bristol stool chart can tell you that, and so I check on a daily basis, and I was like, okay, it's especially, and you do have your certain colors, but one color that I can see, and if you have eaten quite a few greens, your bowel movements may be green.
Yep.
Sometimes that can bring up an alarm that something else may be going on.
Right.
But if you see it, I kind of remember, was like, what the heck did I eat? I was like, oh, okay, I had kale, or I had spinach, or I had something. And you watch it, if it's just like a one-time thing, it may be just that you consumed a high kale meal, with a bunch of greens, lettuce, or something like that. And so that's been most of the time with me. So that's why it's good to watch that color.
Yeah. I do the same, and there was one day I forgot how many beets I ate, and then I was like, oh, bugger, what's wrong? And then I was like, oh, nah, it's...
Oh, beets.
Beets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my husband just laughs hysterically when I have a reaction to, like I'll come out of the bathroom and be like, oh my God! Welcome to my world.
Yeah. So that's what I look at. I focus on. I tell people, hey, look at your stool. Don't be embarrassed. Everybody does it. It's a part of life for everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In my business, I have my mascot Pepe, and he is
bring him up.
Yes.
Get him.
You have a dancing Pepe on your Facebook page.
But here he is.
Pepe the Poop.
Pepe le Poop.
I love him.
That's him. I do have a dancing video of him. He's got his disco theme going on. And
so
good.
Yeah. So good.
So he has a video, and I have another intro video I made. This lady, she's introducing me. I was just trying to learn how to work technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the lady, I said, she's saying, okay, introducing the Countess of Kaka, the Duchess of Doo-Doo, the Sultana of Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Yeah.
So, and I purposely said that just to have some comedic, humor, because I know it can be serious, but you want it to be, kind of funny, just to be an icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Because everybody poops.
It does, yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Let's see. Should we make sure everybody knows where to find Regina?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Where can they find you?
You can find me at www.thewellstop.com, all lowercase letters. And if you'd like to email me, my email address is info@thewellstop.com.
Beautiful. And I know you're on Facebook. Anywhere else?
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'm on those three, not under the business name, but under my name.
Under your name. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Regina Polk. And Steph will put all the links in the show notes. What else? Anything coming up? Any programs or that kind of thing?
Yes, on by the time this airs, it'll be past. But on June the 30th, I have a webinar coming up talking about PFAs and toxins. And on July the 7th, I have a workshop coming up.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. Excellent.
So people should just kind of keep an eye on your website or something to find, when you do have workshops and things.
Correct. Yeah, it'll be on there. And also it'll be on, I'm promoting on Facebook and all the other platforms too.
Fantastic.
Oh. Wow. Regina, thank you for joining us today. And if you've watched this or listened to it and you love it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things, because it really does help us to be visible to more women. And so we help them, obviously shine their light. And we're not going to laugh again. I just came back up. Anyway.
I was going to say thank you for riding through the beginning of this episode if you made it all the way to here, because good Lord, we were a little loco to this morning, but that's okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Regina, for sharing your insight and your wisdom and your poop chart and all the things. And I guess we're going to end on a laughing note. So, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me. Okay. Y'all have a great one.
Thanks, you too.